Hi everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining. Today I want to talk about a very iconic Italian cocktail, the Negroni. I want to make a side-by-side comparison with two different versions. I want to do a lazy Negroni version. I want to do an elevated version with slightly different ingredients, different ratios, and we'll see what it gives. The story of the Negroni dates back to the beginning of the 20th century. The legend says that in 1919, the Count Camillo Negroni went to his bar in Florence, Italy, and asked for a stronger version of the Americano cocktail. The Americano, that was popular back then, was a mix of Campari, sweet vermouth, topped with soda water. So the barman there replaced the soda water with gin, and that was the birth of the Negroni we know today, which is usually done with 3 equal parts of gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari. I'm going to do 2 versions today, as I said. One lazy one that I think is the minimum you should expect from a Negroni when you order it somewhere, and one elevated one, which is a bit more fancy if you want. So let me introduce the ingredients. Today we're going to use 2 different gins. For the lazy version, I'm going to use the Beefeater, which is a juniper-forward, citrusy, very widely used and available gin, London dry gin. And for the elevated version, I'm going to use the Botanist, which is a bit more subtle. It has 22 botanicals involved. It's handcrafted in Scotland. It's a very, very lovely gin. I love it. But you should use something you like, of course. For the vermouth, I'm going to use, for the lazy version, Martini Rosso. And for the elevated version, Carpano Antica, a bit more complex and a bit more full in flavors than the Martini Rosso. This one is very widely available, totally inexpensive. This one is a bit on the pricier side, but it's a very good product. I'm really fond of this one. And we're going to use Campari in both versions. That is the foundation of the Negroni, so there is no real replacement for it, if you ask me. We're going to start with the lazy version. I'm gonna build it in the glass where we're gonna drink it. So I'm gonna start, as you should not, with the most expensive ingredient, which is the gin. I'm gonna do 1 ounce of the London dry gin, Beefeater. I'm gonna do 1 ounce of our Martini Rosso, sweet vermouth, followed by 1 ounce of Campari, so 3 equal parts, very straightforward. That's the first recipe you remember, I mean, when you start making cocktails. We're gonna fill our glass with ice. It's important to chill and dilute the cocktail before you're gonna drink it. Stir it for somewhere around 30 seconds. Until the sides of the glass are frosted and the liquid inside is properly chilled. It really is important to dilute your cocktail at least a little bit and to make it very cold. That's the way it's supposed to be enjoyed. All right, we're almost there here. I can feel the sides of the glass getting frosted. You see, I'm holding my fingers to the side of the glass here. It's a very good indication of the temperature. It lets you know when your drink is ready. I think we're about there. I'm gonna garnish this one in a very simple manner with half a slice of orange. All right, and there you have it. Lazy Negroni. Now for the elevated version, few differences here. First thing is we're going to use a glass that comes out of the freezer. It's always a good idea to freeze your glasses. And we're going to use a cube of ice, a big cube of ice, as opposed to small cubes that are going to dilute quicker. We're going to mix the cocktail in a mixing glass. So, first thing, as you should not, I start with the most expensive ingredient, which is the gin. We're going to do 1.5 ounce. So the specs are a bit different here. We're going to do a bit more gin and a bit less Campari and vermouth, as to let the gin shine more in the drink. We're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of the sweet vermouth. Did I say I did 1.5 ounce of the gin? I did 1.5 ounce of the gin, 3/4 of the sweet vermouth, 3/4 of the Campari, so 22.5 mils. And that is it. We're gonna fill our mixing glass with ice. Same thing, you have to be generous with the ice because it's gonna melt, obviously. So the goal here is to bring the cocktail to temperature and to chill it as quickly as possible. You want some dilution, but not too much, obviously. So give it a stir. Should be around 30 seconds, a bit more. You just put your hands next to the glass and you're gonna feel it when it's ready. You can use a jar or a pint glass if you don't have a mixing glass at home. Just keep in mind that if the sides are thicker, you're gonna have a less of a feel of the temperature here. You don't want to over dilute your cocktail because it's gonna still dilute a little bit in the glass. Since we're gonna use a big block, it's gonna dilute less quickly than with the small cubes here. So these are the perfect conditions for a very enjoyable Negroni. I can see here that it is ready. We're gonna strain the cocktail into the glass. No need for double straining here. Right over the cube. For garnish, we're gonna do something a bit different. I'm gonna cut a big piece of orange zest here. I do it above the glass, so any oils are gonna get in there. We're gonna express the orange oils above the cocktail and do a nice little twist for decoration. And there you have it. Elevated Negroni, Lazy Negroni. Lazy Negroni, cheers. Well, this is obviously delicious. It's very balanced. Even though the Campari and the Vermouth are a very strong flavor, you still get the gin in there. Very approachable, no fuss, 3 equal parts. You fix that in a glass with a bit of ice and you get a very nice cocktail. Let's try the elevated version. Cheers. Well, different but similar. It's a bit more refined, sophisticated. It's very delicious. You really get the gin in the forefront. Campari and Vermouth are a bit tamed, but still totally present. I would have both of these any day of the week. Traditionally, Negronis are enjoyed for aperitif before dinner, but I think you should have Negroni anytime you want. I could have that after dinner or as a nightcap. It's absolutely delicious. So there you have it. That's it for today, guys. 2 different versions of the Negroni. I hope you try at least one of these versions, if not both. Depending of the energy, the time you want to put in making a cocktail and the ingredients you have access to, you can do at least the simple version and maybe work a little bit your way to a more delicate version. But both of these are totally worth it, your time, and makes for a delicious drink. Thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe if you like it. Give us a thumbs up. See you next time. Cheers.